Oh boy, this is what I live for. Driving through these scenic, beautiful mountains, these rugged gravel roads, feeling the breeze about 1,500 in altitude. Well, this is the beauty of our country, South Africa. And no, this is not Cape Town. This is the Limpopo province. Today, I drive up the beautiful mountains of Sikukune, the Lulu Mountains, Mkondweni Mountains as they call them. And join me as I attempt to reach the summit, the peak of the highest mountain in this region, called the Lulu Mountain. And better not do it in the Chery Tiggo Pro Max. And yes, the Chery Tiggo Pro Max, it's more of a luxury SUV than an off-roader. But let's test its capabilities and see how far we can push it. As much as I'll be putting this Chinese luxury SUV to test, this is also a journey for me to rejuvenate, to get to the peak of the mountain and get some fresh air, the fresh breeze. Look at what the master has created. The beauty on these mountains, it is just breathtaking. And trust me, these views might not look breathtaking on screen, but in real life, you will get immersed in the beauty of what the master has created. This is so breathtaking. This is so overwhelming. You feel like you're being captured. You feel like you're being immersed in another realm. And when you are up here gazing at the sunset, these mountains do not ask any questions. In fact, they remind you of who you are. They remind you of your maker. They remind you of the one who made all this beauty possible. Before we continue, let me welcome you guys to yet another exciting video. And if you haven't already liked this video, please do so. And while you at it, subscribe. It's free, guys. Come on. Well, I decided to take this Chery Tiggo 8 Pro Max on a journey to those beautiful scenic mountain passes. And firstly, I had to stop at the garage for some fuel. One thing I know about this Chery Tiggo 8 Pro Max is that it has a fuel tank capacity of 51 liters, which according to me is slightly smaller for a vehicle of this size. Well, let's see how that goes. Anyway, Chery promises an average fuel consumption of 7.6 liters per 100 kilometers. So on this journey, we'll be keeping our eye on the fuel consumption. At this point, the car still had some little bit of fuel left, so it didn't really cost that much to fill up. Well, it costed about 876 to get to a full tank, but if the car is on empty, you'll definitely be paying around about 1200 to fill up this Tiggo 8 Pro Max. And yes, let's get the windscreen cleaned up, and after that we hit the road. On paper they say this Pro Max is a lot faster than a Golf 8 GTI. Well, I just don't believe it. Well, on paper that might be true, but in real life I doubt, guys. If there's someone out there right now who we can race with this Tiggo 8 Pro Max and a Golf GTI, please let me know in the comment section. Well, this Pro Max is powered by a turbocharged 2-liter petrol engine, and it produces a whopping 187 kilowatts and 390 of torque. While on the other hand, the GTI produces 180 kilowatts, but of course it will be a lot faster than this Tiggo 8 Pro Max simply because of its weight, size, and also all those other dynamics. Well, this is actually a family car and not a racing car. So please do let me know what you think in the comment section. Maybe this Beamers we can take on and actually win. Yeah, I do think so. These ones we can take on. But as for the Golf 8 GTI, I just don't think so. This car is much heavier, and the Golf GTI is a bit more lighter and more agile than this Pro Max, as this is a family vehicle. And me driving on the N4 towards Nelspruit, that meant I have to pay for a lot of toll gates. Well, luckily this one wasn't that expensive. And my favorite moment getting out of a toll gate is the pull-off. Well, let me try one and see how good this Tiggo 8 Pro Max is. When it comes to fuel consumption, I mean, this Tiggo 8 Pro Max is really not bad. Actually, this is impressive, a 7.3 liters per 100 kilometers. And you might be asking, how is the Pro Max to drive? How does it handle, and how is the suspension? Well, let's take a minute to talk about. This Pro Max uses a multi-link suspension system at the rear, which makes sure that there is an independent wheel movement, which provides a smoother handling, more stability, as well as a smoother ride. And in the front, the Pro Max uses a McPherson strut suspension system, which is a good way of providing good ride quality as well as good handling. So in this department, I say, well done, Chery. Well done. Reaching those beautiful scenic mountains was no easy task, but the Pro Max was up for the challenge. We drove through this uneven gravel road because it had rained a week ago and the road was bad, but the Pro Max really surprised me. yes, this is what I look forward to with any road trip: experiencing the beauty of nature, the flowers, the gravel roads, the atmosphere, the breeze, the going nowhere slowly feeling. You know what I'm talking about, guys. As much as this Tiggo 8 Pro Max is not your typical off-roader like your Toyota Fortuner or the Ford Everest, this is actually not bad considering that we are in the forward-wheel drive variant of the Tiggo 8 Pro Max. And yes, for this type of driving on these gravel roads, we don't really need the all-wheel drive variant of the Tiggo 8 Pro Max, which is also available for purchase in South Africa. We don't really need a 4x4. This forward-wheel drive is actually coping quite well under such road conditions. And if you're driving any forward-wheel drive, you really have to know how these type of cars behave, especially when you're climbing. You have to be lenient on the accelerator. You have to push it quite slow and steady, or else you'll get some wheel spin. As much as this is a well-built car, but under such road conditions, you will get some interior rattles here and there. Having driven this Chinese brand vehicle on urban roads that are smooth and well maintained versus gravel roads that are quite bumpy, what I can say is this SUV will be as good as the roads are. One critical aspect that I can really critique about this Chinese brand, it is how it handles bumpiness. It is how it handles uneven terrains. When it comes to driving over small objects such as stones or speed humps or unevenness on the road, it feels like the car shakes 10 times more than it's not supposed to. I mean, this shakiness, it's just too over exaggerated for me. And if Chery were to fix this aspect, this is actually a 10 out of 10 for me. But for now, it's about 7.5. Oh yes, and this is the peak or the summit of the Mkondweni Mountains here in the Sekhukhune region. And I must say, driving up on these mountains, it feels like you're driving on the streets of heaven. Look at these magnificent views. Wow, wow, wow. And when it comes to driving modes, the forward-wheel drive only offers 3 driving modes, which is the normal mode, eco mode, as well as the sports mode. And if you're doing gravel roads like this, the normal mode should be more than enough to conquer. And of course, with this type of an SUV, please avoid sticky situations such as crossing rivers driving through mud, or driving through rocky terrains. Or else you might find yourself roaming around these mountains or going from one village to the next looking for a tractor to come pull you out of a sticky situation. I mean, how beautiful are these mountains? Listening to the birds sing, watching the sunset. My God, this is unbelievable. And guys, let me know in the comment section what you think of these landscapes, what you think of these views. I mean, look at this sunset. I've never seen such beautiful sunset anywhere else but today. For me, this has to be the most beautiful, the most memorable road trips I've ever taken. Driving through these beautiful mountain passes, watching the sunset, as well as enjoying the beauty of Mother Nature. Well, having spent enough time with the Tiggo 8 Pro Max, I can actually say this is a good SUV on and off the road. Enough torque, enough ground clearance, enough elegance in terms of design, both exterior and interior. And sadly so, we've come to the end of our video. And I hope you guys really enjoyed watching this video as much as I've enjoyed making it. Until next time, God bless.